Broadcasting Service.
Let me hit record real quick.
The fingerprints on your screen look like an entire landscape.
Shh, be quiet.
Well, you're not going to want to use this audio.
Shh. It's starting.
What's wrong with the audio? We're live.
We're live?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another PBS Live from PlebLab.
Woo! Whoa! Let's fucking go.
Well, it's Snow Simon in the building. We could have. It's been a tight day. We just got back from UT. Before we do that, we gotta thank a sponsor right now, Voltage. Thank you, Voltage, for providing everything you see here at PBS. If it wasn't for Voltage, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of the lighting infrastructure wouldn't get built. You think?
Yeah, I actually was talking to a guy yesterday who said he's gonna use Voltage as his back end. Yeah,
Wow.
He didn't want to spin up an LND node or any of that, so he's like, "Yeah, Voltage. They have it ready for me. One click of a button." Psh,
Yeah, they had a big presence at Tabcom. They were one of the sponsors. You got to talk to the whole Voltage team. It was cool talking with Amy.
Every
Everybody
time I
there.
see
It's
somebody
awesome.
at Shiners or at a Bitcoin event, I see the Voltage hoodie, the orange one.
Yeah.
That one's sick.
That's a sick hoodie.
Send us hoodies this way. We'll
Send
wear
us
'em.
hoodies, Bobby.
Send us hoodies.
Hoodies and swag.
Always does the best swag.
They do. Voltage has really good swag.
Everything I've ever been to, if it's like a conference, it's a meetup, it's just like I
They really stand out.
I was on like the 6th Street corner, like on a random Tuesday. There's just always Voltage swag.
I like this T-shirt that says nodes, but it looks like it says nudes. That's
Funny.
my favorite one.
Thank you, Voltage, for sponsoring this episode of PBS.
Send nodes. Yeah.
We got Nick co-hosting today.
What's up, guys?
Thank you, Nick, for co-hosting with me.
You're welcome. 10 minutes ago, Car's like, "Nick, will you co-host? No one else wants to." I'm like, "Okay."
This is what happens.
And he's like, "We don't have any topics." I'm like, "All right, I'll write topics."
But we
10
do
minutes.
have. We want to talk about the Fiat Standard, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. it
Talk
was
about
a-
what happened last night.
Oh my God. This is why you need to move to Austin. We had Bitdevs yesterday, but right before Bitdevs, Safidean Moose came to town, or he's in town,
Wow.
and to talk about, he did a book signing. So we actually got a copy of the Fiat Standard signed to PlebLab. You can see it right here. Woo! PlebLab. We got it. We're famous.
Yeah, he signed it. That's so cool, right?
Yeah, so Alex, I believe Alex stood in line and got it signed. But yeah, it was really cool just hearing him talk about the book, and like he did a little bit of insight of like the illustration on the cover here. So like the book is titled, Fiat Standard, the debt slavery alternative to human civilization. And then Safe is like, "Oh yeah, this is the evolution of slavery." He's like, it started with whips, and then it went to like balls and chains. And he's like, now it's the U.S. dollar fiat standard. So
Wow.
he just kind of went through what that illustration was, and just kind of fun little anecdote.
How was it? How was Bitdevs last night?
It was cool. It started a little earlier at 5:30. Safe just kind of did a book signing. Yeah, we just drank some beers. There's Larry was making smoothies, so we had some little tiny shots
Larry,
of smoothies.
dude. He's funny.
And then Safidean just talked for
Tom Brady there? Tom Brady was there?
Tom Brady was there, the dog.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, he just talked a little bit about the book, just gave an intro, which, I
Nice.
read most of it. I didn't read the whole thing, but the book is really interesting because it's like how an engineer would look at the fiat system. So for me, I know how the Bitcoin system works. I read that one first. I know how it works. I have no clue how the fiat system works because it's like hand waving here and there, like just insane. But he goes into in depths of like how the fiat system works from a brain of an engineer. Like this is how it's engineered per se. So yeah, he just kind of talked about he started it as a joke. He actually said, "Wouldn't it be funny if I create I wrote the Bitcoin Standard about the fiat system?" And it started literally as a joke, he said. And then he's like, it started to come together. And then he's like, "All right, this is my next book."
It's kind of taking a life on its own. Like everything we call now is fiat, right? We're just like, oh, that's fiat.
I'm trying to think who started that.
It's probably
Was
safe.
it safe?
Yeah, it's probably safe. Yeah.
When
Yeah.
did I even start hearing about fiat?
This is what happens. It just permeates in the Bitcoin space, right?
Yeah.
Some of the OGs will say something and then it'll just resonate with us.
Were we using the word fiat before 2017? I don't think I was.
What do you think? Oh yeah, it's our meme world and they're just living in it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Like
interesting.
during the pandemic, like 2020, I really started using the word fiat, but I don't know when it became like part of our normal vocabulary.
Fiat life.
That's so fiat. Like you use
Fiat,
that all the time.
Fiat
Like,
against nature.
Taco Bell. About 20.
2020.
Yeah. Now it's our vocabulary.
Yeah, shout out to Safe though. Leave writing in for PlebLab though. We put this on the bookshelf.
Yeah, that'll be
that's
a
awesome.
mainstay
Thanks,
on
Safe.
the bookshelf.
Awesome.
Yeah, other than that, it was fairly short, and then we went right into Bitdevs.
What'd you guys talk about? Anything we could share?
Well, there's quite a bit of people in town this weekend, mainly because of safety and F1's going on, Formula One racing.
yeah,
So
that was
brought
big. Yeah,
a
last
few
year, too.
people to town. But yeah, it was really just what happened during the week. The biggest thing that happened, I guess, within the past couple of weeks, personally to me, was LND, the LND bug.
Oh, yeah.
So I know it affected a few people. Yeah. So basically, Sunday night, I'm sitting there. I work at Galoy, so I'm on call this week.
You were here when that happened?
Not here, but I was at home.
I just remember I was here on that Sunday and everybody was walking, running around back at like super walked around. He's like,
What's going on?
Lightning's broken. And I was like, what?
Yeah,
Everybody was running back and forth.
So I first got wind of it kind of through Twitter / like our communication through Galoy, like, midday, like Ben the Carmen's on Twitter, like, you broke LND.
It's like, bro, you broke LND.
Yeah.
That's funny.
This Barack guy. So basically, if you don't know what happened, somebody did a really big 998 of 909 like multi-sig using Taproot. They were testing it out, and LND broke. So it just basically it stopped synchronizing with Bitcoin. It saw a block, it threw it out, it thought it was invalid. Even though it was valid, it was still consensus. And LND still worked. So for like our wallet, we were still able to send and receive. But basically, if we had a channel force closed, then we could potentially have issues because it couldn't see the state of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So, but we did have issues with like on-chain transactions because it's not up to date. It just looked like we're behind on blocks. So yeah, basically I was following just the LND Slack. Ben the Carman, actually, we're lucky to have him in town because he was really following it, and I was asking him like, oh shit, like should I kill switch my node? What's going on? Like, what should we do? He's like, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
It was interesting to
They
see you
need to
guys
patch it.
in Slack. You guys were all getting all giddy and stuff.
Yeah,
It was interesting.
I mean,
to
the
see that.
adrenaline was pumping, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
shit was breaking.
It sure was. Yeah, it sure was.
So, but yeah, at the end of the day, Lalu was able to patch it, push the patch pretty easily, like 6 hours or so after the incident happened. And then, I stayed up to like 10 or 11 patching our node. I patched my Umbrel node a little bit later, my personal nodes. I'm pretty sure like Voltage had a patch out real quick. So yeah, everybody kind of came together.
Yeah.
And we solved the problem. So
You guys
Bugs.
playing chess? Oh, nice. Who always wins between y'all two? Really?
we got chess in the background here.
Nate wins by timeout because I'm slow as molasses.
Yeah.
They play speed chess.
Oh, nice.
But anyways, yeah, Marty Benton, Paul did a good talk about kind of a post-mortem on like what happened. Like if you listen to Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, yeah, that was a great
believe,
episode.
last week. Really good, really technical, but like down to earth, like
Yeah.
you can understand like what happened.
Yeah.
That was really good.
What else
Yeah.
you got? What else you got on the list?
Oh, what else happened at Bitdevs? Yeah, we just went to Cooper's after, ate barbecue, went to Shriners for the first time in a couple months.
Wait, you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you've been hanging around over here.
Yeah, I haven't been leaving this block, man. I don't go to the I don't go to the west side of 6. I stay on the east side of 6.
Dang.
So
Wait in line long for Coopers.
it was about a 20-minute wait.
Oh, that's not.
So F1 was in town, so everybody was eating Cooper's last night at like 9 o'clock. So the line was kind
Everybody
of
should
long.
just went to the Ironworks here.
Is that a good barbecue?
We've been. You haven't been with us?
one's
Like,
that?
after PBS, we usually go to, or we've gone to Ironworks. It's like $29 for
Oh,
like
I have.
that's 3 sides and like
That's a pretty
three
good
whole
deal.
thing. Yeah,
I usually
3
spend
meats or
like
something.
$35 at Cooper's. Or
Yeah, yeah,
$40.
it's a nice little secret spot.
Sweet. We'll have to go there.
Yeah, but interesting. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was good. Just catching up
Booming.
with everybody.
Every week is a conference week in Austin.
It is.
Bitcoin conference week. It feels like it.
Pretty much is. Like conferences aren't even like a special thing anymore because we have them every week.
It was cool going to Atlanta though. That was a lot of fun, man.
Oh yeah, TABCONF. Talk about it. That was last week.
It was so great, man. It was everything you want a developer conference to be. And then getting to hang out with all the Atlanta developers was really cool, and the Atlanta crew, like, man, just a bunch of great individuals, like putting together a really solid conference.
Was that like the triangle, Nashville, Atlanta, and Austin? Are we
Dude, like
that?
I'm bullish on Atlanta, man. I really think they got something special there. Like they have the core,
Who's
and
the,
like that's all you really need to get something started. Is a
Who's
core group of
the
people.
Parker Lewis of Atlanta? Is there like a
I don't
guy,
know if
like
you could have like a Parker
like a wrangler,
Lewis.
like who wrangles everyone
I
together?
don't know, man. I feel like to have somebody like that would be different. But yeah, you're starting to see like
All right,
it's kind of cool, man. It's
Who's
really
the
cool.
Marty Bent to Austin as Odell is to Nashville? Who is that? Who is that in
Atlanta? Well, there was somebody I was talking to. They were saying that they might start a podcast and stuff. So we'll see. Hopefully they get their media game up and running in Atlanta. But I think that's the only thing that they just need to do. But dude, their Bitdevs is pretty amazing, man. It looks like a cathedral. Like it's crazy how
Atlanta?
Yeah, dude.
Do they have a dedicated building? Or
Yeah, they do.
Really?
It's pretty. I was blown away by it. I just couldn't believe how nice it was for a Bitdevs. Like I thought we had it great at the Commons, but man, dude, it's something else.
How did they score that, like a dedicated space, or did they just rent it
I forget
out?
I forget the name of the company that they're using for the space, but it kind of reminds me of a like a seminar.
Really?
Yeah, like in college or something.
But is it used outside of Bitdevs as something else during the week?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a one time. They just rent it out basically during Bitdevs or get it.
I don't know, but it's nice, man.
Sweet.
Yeah, the
Not
Bitdevs
as,
was
not as nice
amazing.
as this place though, PlebLab.
This has charm.
Yeah, it does have charm. We have a painted wall now.
Yeah, but yeah, TABCONF was a lot of fun. Cool seeing everybody there.
How was the PlebLab Village?
It was
that you
good.
guys
It was
hosted?
good. We had some coding sessions there. Austin gave a talk.
I heard there was
Myself,
like a
Kyle
coach.
gave a talk.
There was a coach there.
Coach Kyle's
Coach
Corner
Kyle?
was a thing. That first day, everybody
what was
showed
that?
up to
I
it.
saw a picture on Twitter. I'm like, what?
It was like-
I'm like, what the hell is Coach?
It was
Kyle?
like Kyle like talking to people that were interested in starting Bitcoin companies and kind of just answering questions, giving advice. It was really cool, man. And then the coding sessions are really cool because you got to see like all these amazing developers and how they figure out problems in front of everybody. That was interesting because like everybody was very similar in what they did, but like how they got to solving the issue that they were trying to do was very different. So it was kind of cool understanding like their way of solving issues and stuff, and that was kind of cool. But yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Anything else?
That I can think of now. I think
So
I think for the
PlebLab Village was during the conference or before? Because I know there was a lot of events before.
yeah,
the
so it's
actual
basically
weekend.
like Builders Day, and then it was like 2 days of conferences, I think, or 2 days, or like 1 day of like, gosh, what was it? It was just nothing but talks, and then it was like 2 days of like the villages. So it was like total of like 4 days, I think.
Yeah, because they didn't want
every day got better.
They didn't want to do a hackathon, right? But Builder Village was like where you would socially build, right? It was supposed to be a non-hackathon, basically, right?
Yeah, it was interesting because like Thomas Johns, our friend, was there, and he was doing like these sprints, and then they handed out some money afterwards. That I think Buck won. But,
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Would he build a
I
multi-sig something?
don't remember, but Thomas Johns has a whole tweet thread on it.
Oh, nice.
But it was really cool, man.
So what was your
Good time.
favorite conference talk?
At that one, I was hanging out in the village the whole time. Just
Oh, you didn't
kinda,
get to go see the talks?
Yeah, I think probably the Tony one, the one that stands out the most. Tony, like, there's a lot of people in that room
Yeah.
that were like,
Ellen Sploy, right?
yeah, the Ellen Sploy talk. I think that if there was any like one where I was like, oh crap, like you can't get this anywhere else.
Yeah.
This is why you come to TABCONF. It's that one. It was crazy, dude.
Yeah, those guys are at the top of their game.
yeah.
I call them a band. Like when they get the band together, they can do anything. Like,
Yeah, dude, it was really cool. And then plus it worked. Like he was able to explain what the exploit was, recreate it,
yeah, I saw that.
and then
Yeah, they
like
recreated
full
it.
on like succeed in grabbing those channels, right? So it was fascinating seeing that. It's like, man,
So now we have a
he's
hacker
building
tool.
out, he's
So now we
building
have a
out some
hacker
cool
tool.
hacker tools.
Yeah, I mean, like now we're gonna have to solve the problems quicker because it's like before it would take a lot of effort to be able to hack it. You had to know what you're doing. Now it's like just pull down LNsploit.
Well,
And run it.
yeah. And I want to be careful with my wording because it's supposed to be used for good, right?
No, it's a
So,
white hat tool.
Yeah. So
But you know, it's for everyone. Bitcoin's for everyone. Exploiting Bitcoin's for everyone too.
but yeah, that was probably the most memorable talk.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how all that evolves.
Yeah.
We shall see.
We'll see. What else you got?
Joe Rogan. You want to talk about Joe Rogan? Our
yeah, you were,
Joe Rogan. I saw a Joe Rogan comedy
he went
show
he went to Joe Rogan
a couple weeks ago.
over here at the Vulcan.
Yeah, Vulcan Lounge, and yeah, it was crazy because they take your phone and they put it in a bag so you can't film it, and they lock it because they don't want them filming shit and then getting like canceled. Pretty much, I think, because they're like, dude, it's not woke, it's not PC at all. It is raw, like it is good, it's hilarious.
It's how comedy used to be.
It's how comedy should be.
Yeah.
It's how comedy is, but yeah, if someone took a cell phone thing, that would end up on CNN. They would twist all of his words and make him, turn him into like a Nazi or something. Like, fuck it. It's insane.
It's crazy that we're hiding our phones now.
Yeah, it's so bad. We didn't used to have to do that.
No, dude.
Yeah, we didn't.
This is where we are. So, what did you think of his show?
It was good.
Did you talk to him?
Honestly, I wanted to. Like, so basically my end goal for life here on 6th Street is to get Safidean and Joe Rogan in a room together, meet each other, and then get him on his podcast, right? Wow. Because he was on Lex Friedman's podcast, and I think
Safe will probably end up being the first one.
yeah, like I think they would just have a great conversation. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, also he's building like a new comedy club on 6th Street pretty soon. It's supposed to open, I think, within the next 6 or so months. So hopefully he wanders his way down to PlebLab and we meet our neighbor, Joe Rogan.
You never know, man. I've seen stranger things.
Yeah. So that's the PlebLab goal of 2023. Get Joe Rogan in here
Well, I don't think it's far fetched.
and get Safe in here
Yeah.
at the same time. We'll play matchmaker.
At the
It's
same
like we'll
time.
hit him with a Cupid arrow. Like,
Yeah, I think we're definitely Rogan style. I think for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, we're very Austin-y.
I mean, we have a podcast called PBS. No one watches it. We have three viewers
No,
instead of
listenership's going up.
billion.
It's going up. Check with Darren. It's going up.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
Our analytics are
up
good?
and to the right.
We have no watchers. Zero.
They watch later. They watch later.
Where's like Austin? Where's Austin to watch? Come on, man. He's not here. We have a live audience of 3.
It's a busy week in Bitcoin.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, audience. We have a live.
There you go. See,
That's 3.
it's a busy week in Bitcoin.
3 dedicated fans.
It's a busy week in Bitcoin.
But yeah, Joe Rogan's comedy is actually really good. It's funny because at the end it was like a Joe Rogan and friends. So he has like 4 unknown, comedy people do his show, and then he comes in at the end, does like a 45-minute set. And the funniest part about it was at the end he just does Q&A because he wants to basically mess with the crowd, right? To get maybe new material.
Oh, wow.
he's
So he does do that?
Yeah,
He didn't
he's
do
like-
that the last time we went.
It's basically an ask me anything.
Yeah.
But nobody can like switch off the persona of Joe Rogan the podcaster from Joe Rogan the comedian. And someone asked him like just like something that's not funny, like, what do you think about the Queen dying? And Joe's like, shut up, that's not funny. I'm not gonna answer that. He's like, come on, give me some funny question, and I'll give you a funny answer. But everyone just couldn't get away from like politics or this or that or cancel culture, and it's like, come on, give me something funny.
Yeah, when I went to go see him, he definitely surprised me how funny he was. I didn't realize how funny he was. And then we were talking about it, how he uses the props on stage to like mimic his environment.
That's the difference
recreate his
between
environment, yeah.
like a comedian who can tell good jokes and is funny, but somebody who can actually play the stage, like play with the props and just throw whatever into the microphone.
It makes you feel like you're in a world with them.
Like Dane
Yeah.
Cook used to do a good job doing that, right? If you remember him from back
Yeah, I
in the
remember
day.
him. Yeah.
He was
Whatever
very
happened
good.
to him?
I think he got fat and canceled. Oh. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
That was a great movie, Waiting.
Yeah.
Remember that movie?
And Good Luck Chuck.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Waiting was funny too. where
Waiting
he
was
the cook.
Dude, I love that movie so much. as a kid.
Batwing.
Ah,
You remember the
gross.
Batwing?
so gross. Oh man.
Definitely none of that going here at PlebLab. None of that going on here.
The Abraham Lincoln. Oh
But yeah, Rogan is funny. There's no topic off limit for him, and he takes what he says on the podcast, like he turns it up to 11. So yeah, highly recommend seeing him live.
Cool. Did you get your phone back afterwards?
I did.
Yeah.
Didn't get any recordings. So I was afraid they were gonna take my smartwatch from me. Like,
oh really?
I'm like, at least let me know what time it is. I won't be able to really use it, but I was able to hide it. Like, it's a dumb watch.
Did your friend like the show?
Yeah. I scored free. He got me a free ticket too.
Nice.
Good friend. Represent. Ben,
Did he come up
if you're watching?
Did he come up upstairs the same way like I told you? Like, did he go up and then into
Oh, I sat like right behind the bar in the front. So
downstairs?
Downstairs. So he was. Yeah, we weren't upstairs.
Yeah, you weren't upstairs. Yeah.
We got the good seats.
Yeah, you got the really
We were
good
behind
seats.
a pole, so it wasn't the greatest seat, but it was. I could see him most of the time.
Nice.
He went behind the pole a couple
It's
times.
he's definitely worth watching live if you ever get a chance to score tickets to Joe Rogan.
And the venue
Come do it,
isn't
like,
a
watch
big venue. The Vulcan Gas, whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's really
Lounge.
small.
Like, so I'm stoked about his new place. It's probably going to be like top notch. Like,
So it's the old Alamo Draft House that used to be on 6, and I think it had 2. If I remember correctly, it's been so long since it's been closed. I think it had 2 theaters in there.
oh wow.
So you
It's
theoretically
huge.
could have like a nice sized room, unless they like broke those down and made them together. But I
And they-
remember there being an upstairs.
They probably won't have
So-
theater seating for a comedy show, right?
Maybe
Or would
maybe
they?
not. I don't know. It's been a long time. Probably like 2012 was the last time I actually went to it.
I guess that might be
It was
kind of
open.
cool because Joe Rogan could pull in a bigger crowd. Maybe tickets could be less expensive.
I think it's gonna be really cool, man. I think
'Cause
once
they
they build out that theater here, like
Yeah.
next year, it's just gonna be so
If he
much
sells
better,
out,
yeah.
like I don't even know how my friend got the tickets, but I'm pretty sure they sell out.
It's
in
cool too
advance.
because it's like a couple blocks from
Come to
PlebLab.
PlebLab. We're right next to entertainment.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Got a question? Oh no.
Oh, Topher's back, Professor.
Yo, what's up,
what
Topher?
up? Do you want to talk about your class?
You want to talk about your class, Topher?
Can I take a piss first?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
go for it.
yeah. You want to say that in camera? No, I've got one more topic. Adopting. Adopting.
Oh yeah, let's
Bitcoin.
talk about that. Let's talk about
Yeah.
adopting Bitcoin.
I'll-
What is going on in El Salvador?
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with what's going on in El Salvador, there's a big conference mid-November, I think November 14th or 15th and 16th.
Yeah, I think Kyle's speaking too, right?
Yeah, Kyle's speaking. I'm just attending. But yeah, it's a big conference. Mainly the main topic is about a country that actually adopted Bitcoin. Like what is going on the ground? Like who are the people building it? Who are the people running companies there? What's actually happening? Because you can only get so much from Twitter, like what is real, what is fake. So I'm super excited just to go, just to really see it in real life, just to go to El Zonte. We're going to go to, my team is all going to meet up for the first time ever. Well, the first time
cool,
I'm going to meet
man.
all of them. We're going to go, the weekend after, we're actually going to go up to the volcanoes and drink some coffee, drink some fresh El Salvador.
I want to go so bad,
Yeah.
man.
Watch the sunrise over a volcano.
Sounds so much
hopefully.
fun, dude.
And then maybe hit Bitcoin Beach and maybe I'll try to surf. I've never done that. Like, we'll see.
Really?
Yeah. I'm doing all, I'm doing all the touristy shit.
You're
Yeah.
from up north, yeah.
Hopefully ride in the Bitcoin cab they've got down there.
Nice.
Pay for Bitcoin for everything.
What who's speaking, or what type of conference is it? Is it
Oh
more
my
like
God.
TABCONF? Is it more like a Bitcoin conference?
It's an everything conf.
Yeah?
I've actually got the schedule here.
Oh, you got a sneak peek
so
to the
it's-
schedule?
Yeah, so essentially there's different stages, right? So there's the Galoy stage, which is more of the developer track.
Oh, nice.
There's the Bitfinex stage, which is like an econ track. There's a solution stage, which is like for the builders. Like I believe that's where like Michael is talking about
Atwood?
Oshi, and
Oh,
I
nice.
believe like Francisco's Yopaki, Seed
Nice.
Signer. And then there's a few other just open stages. There's I believe Voltage has a room where
Oh,
I
cool.
believe that might be where some hacking is going on, or some more of the, how do you run an LND node, like tutorial type things. There's a talk like building like a lightning jukebox, like just fun stuff, like tinkering stuff. So yeah, it's a conference for everybody, It's not just one.
It's gonna be, how many days is it, Nick?
It is a 2-day conference. So it's Tuesday the 15th of November and Wednesday the 16th. There's still people, we have a whole crew coming from Austin. I think there's at least 10
Everybody,
or 20,
everybody's coming, yeah.
25. of
It's
us.
way bigger than it was last year, right?
Yeah, I mean, last year it was still hard to get out of the country, right?
Yeah.
With COVID and all that shit. So I think it's pretty open now.
I'm getting FOMO.
It's a short flight too. It's like a 4.5 hour flight from Austin.
Nice.
So
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun, man. I really want to go. I just think there's I got so much stuff I got to do here at PlebLab before the end of the year. So
Yeah, and it's the week
kinda wanna-
before Thanksgiving too, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit like inconvenient in that sense. It's kind of nice though, because I'm just gonna fly home to my parents' house from
Right
El
afterwards?
Salvador, so
Nice.
that'll work out.
yeah. Are you gonna go? You guys going to El Salvador? Anybody? Maybe.
Topher's going.
Topher's
Come
definitely
on,
going.
man.
He'll go last minute, like he did for Tabcom.
Yeah, like the day before, the day of.
We're like, thanks for dropping us off, Topher, and then we see him the next day.
I literally asked him, I'm like, Topher, are you going to Tabconf? And
He's like, no. That morning we asked him again. Are you going to be like, no?
The next
and then
day-
the next day I was like, yo, what's up, Carl? Like, dude, you made it?
Yeah,
Like,
next day I go on Twitter and Topher's posting pictures of Tabconf. I'm like, is he tweeting or did he go?
Yeah, he was there in the flesh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was worth it, right?
Professor Topher.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Do you want to come up here, Topher, and talk about the UT stuff? All right, cool. I can't wait for adopting Bitcoin. No, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, they record all of it too, so you can even watch the recordings from last year. Yeah, I've got some Louisiana beer in there up top. I've got some Abitas. There's a hazy IPA in there.
It's all about presentation, man. Look at that.
Yeah. What is this?
Oh wow, those tacos look amazing.
This is a crisp Pilsner, gnarly barley. Nice.
Howdy, fam.
Howdy.
So,
what
what are we talking
what happened in class today? UT Austin. We got a professor here teaching Bitcoin. What was today's class about?
Today's class was about PlebLab, actually.
Ooh,
Yeah.
PlebLab. Woo.
So we had a panel hosted by Car Gonzalez over there. Yeah, Thriller Bitcoin. And we had Kyle Murphy. We had John from Zaprite. And we had Super Testnet.
Oh, I didn't even realize that's why you all went. I thought you were all sitting in the back just watching. I didn't realize you were doing classes.
Yeah.
I have no
Like
clue
the
what's
whole
going on.
panel. It was really cool. Yeah, so we did the panel that lasted for a good portion of the class. Dee brought a Antmiter in, and so she plugged it in. It's like an SI. Yeah, so we got to listen to the beauty.
Did
of
you
a
guys
miner spinning up?
put brains on it and underclock it so you didn't blow out the fuse on the plug?
I don't think she did any of that. No.
No, it was just running full blast.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we had to unplug it because it was too loud.
I mean, you should have left it on the whole class and mined a little bit of Bitcoin for an
I think-
hour, too.
I think that was the plan.
Yeah.
But
It is
then
pretty
the
loud.
Cyber Hornets came. The
Yeah.
sound of the Cyber Hornets. And,
Yeah, you
it's
should
a little
install
distracting.
brains on that baby.
Oh, this is good.
So what was the most interesting question they asked? Our panel here.
Let me think. So, I think there was I forget the question, but it prompted Keon to talk about sort of what are the incentives for starting a Bitcoin company, because like Bitcoiners have a low time preference.
Yeah.
There's an altruistic bend to what we do. And that's kind of a hard sell to investors because they want to see metrics, they want to
Yeah.
see growth, they want to see stuff happen right away.
They want you to abuse your users' data and sell it for big profits.
Yeah. So,
Contributed your point to me. That was John's point.
well, you were talking about it too,
Yeah, I did talk.
like in terms of values.
But John was the one who brought. I just wanted to give John.
Keon, the philosopher over here, he's so.
He wants to give cred to John here. He doesn't want to take any
Yeah.
credit. These guys are both noblemen.
Was how interested they were. You guys have them so interested in like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't a sad face in there. They were all super excited about learning about Bitcoin and like who we were and stuff.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
It was
Yeah,
great.
I think Super was saying earlier they're all engineers, so obviously they're interested in the technical stuff. But he was surprised they're super interested in the entrepreneurial side. Like,
Yeah.
and I think every
To know, like they wanted to know about Lightning. And they
Yeah.
wanted specifically to know like what needs to be built on Lightning.
yeah, I think every engineer's dream is to not have a boss, work for yourself, and build something that's fun and solve problems that haven't been solved. Right?
Yeah.
Like you're doing every day,
Yeah.
solving those problems.
Can't lie. It's feels great to walk into the office.
How long was the class?
So the class is from 1 to 5.
Oh,
have you seen their growth from the beginning to now, like their intelligence level with Bitcoin, and like them being more interested? Like what do you see teaching everything?
Their minds kind of go. So the question that Carr posted, he's back there stuffing down some tacos, which
Posted
I'm going to be doing in a
in real
minute
life.
because I am starving. But yeah, so like to answer his question, which was what have I seen in terms of their growth? I would say the questions are becoming like laser focused. Like they kind of already know exactly what questions to ask. Especially you weren't there for it, but the sort of the class session that we had previous to the panel, Dee was talking about mining, and they knew what questions to ask. Like they knew what question to ask in terms of like the nonce value. They knew what questions to ask in terms of like what happens if the hash, like half of the hash rate just disappears. And so
Like
yeah,
it kind of happened when China kind of banned.
yeah, but Dee like kind of misheard the question at first, so she thought about like the way that she answered was like, well, you know, the protocol just adjusts.
Yeah.
But what they were specifically asking, and so like the students kind of already envisioned this in their minds, like,
would
well,
a fork?
before that difficulty adjustment,
Yeah, would a fork?
then what happens? And so it's like they're getting it, like they're understanding like kind of how it all works, and so that's really fascinating to see.
How Dee was able to explain like everything, like she was able to break it down really like somebody like me who just does it like at that point in time when I was understanding Bitcoin, she's able to break it down so succinctly to like just like that.
Yeah. I mean, you can't describe how something works by saying big words about like that no one understands. You got to just talk normal, right? Like, yeah, she does that really well. Dusty too. Dusty's very good at just explaining it like normal words, human words, not fancy tech words.
Yeah, there's quite a few women in the class, and they're very technical too.
What's the percentage, would you say, of men to women in the class?
Yeah, like
10%?
10-15%.
That's fair. That's pretty good for like a computer science type class.
Yeah, especially like one that is on Bitcoin.
Yeah,
So it's
even
super
more.
nerdy.
Yeah, so it's like CS nerdy, CS Bitcoin,
Yeah.
extremely nerdy.
Or it's like, another thing was kind of when we got into like how are we going to get grandma on Bitcoin? That part of the discussion was really
Ah.
cool. Because like I still think that like that's kind of like still it's a place in Bitcoin where if you really want to sort of make a name for yourself, like that spot is waiting for you. Like
Did you
how to honor
answer with
people.
something like you would just Uncle Jim grandma, like you would help her hold her keys? Was that? Or
I was
did you
I
not
was
really?
hoping that somebody would say like, how do you
Like-
get grandma on Bitcoin? It's like
Yeah.
a smart grandson.
Yeah,
That's
I
how you
mean,
do
pretty
it.
much like.
Just need a smart grandson.
Yeah.
But no, I brought up a slide. I didn't want to get involved in the discussion, but I brought up a slide that appeared behind them, which was like talking about music and like multi-signature setups and
Yeah.
being able to like sort of have this non-custodial relationship where an exchange or not an exchange,
Yeah,
but
like an
essentially some
Unchained
service
capital,
provider.
like a 2 of 3 with Unchained or something.
Yeah, well, they don't have complete custody, but they can help you recover your
Yeah.
keys.
Yeah.
So there's solutions, but like they're thinking about those problems, and like those are good problems.
I
to
feel
think
like
about.
Grandpa would be fairly good at getting on Bitcoin because he's probably pretty good at burying gold in the backyard, right?
My grandmother, like, she tried to replace the battery in her laptop recently.
Well, dude, she sounds like your grandma.
Yeah.
That is your grandma.
No, that's like that's
Did
so
she,
far
did she
outside her
upgrade?
comfort
Did
zone.
she upgrade the RAM on that thing
I
too?
remember the day I first bought her a cell phone. She went like the longest time without ever having a cell phone.
Oh wow, I
And
remember.
now she's like rattling off model numbers on the
Oh,
back
damn.
of laptops. Like, oh, does this battery fit? And I think I can do it myself.
My grandma frequents Facebook, but she like 10 years ago we got her this desktop computer, and all it was one big icon in the middle that said internet. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
all she went on. She hit
That's
the
how
button,
you do it.
and then hit the one button to go to the internet. And-
Internet, email.
yeah, that's like before like apps
Tech
on your
support.
phone. Yeah, exactly. Which is our phone number.
My dad got a laptop today, a new one.
Oh
I
yeah.
had to show him how to not give all of his information to Microsoft.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. It's weird how there's like this regression.
It's even worse for just trying to take
Oh, 'cause-
everything from you.
Because they're right in, they're integrated with the cloud now, like everyone. Like Google kind of made that popular in Apple. When you got to have an Apple account to sign up for to use your phone.
The cloud monsters.
Yeah, it's not like Windows XP where it was all like offline, just username and password. Like the good old days.
the good old days when it was very easy to pop out a battery and just replace it.
And I tried that on a phone, like a Samsung Galaxy S5. It was integrated in, but I watched a YouTube video like, oh yeah, you can change the battery. I literally broke the screen in half, just busted the whole thing. You can't change a battery in these goddamn phones anymore. And once your phone is dead or your battery's dead, your phone's done. So,
Yeah, so we had the mining panel, we had the PlebLab panel, which was great. And then I just did like a recap of what we're going to go over tomorrow. So tomorrow we actually have two, D put it in the sense of like PlebLab was like the sort of like the startup developers, like developers that are founders and that are in the startup space.
tomorrow,
And
like protocol developer day. or
tomorrow is corporate developer day.
something? What the hell does that even mean?
Corporate developer day is tomorrow.
Like,
Yeah.
like who?
So we have two engineers coming in. One of them is from Square,
Oh, okay.
now called Block. Another one is from Cash App.
Oh, okay.
So they're both from like Dorsey's
Okay.
companies.
So still us, just more
Yeah.
like companies that are rich.
But that'll be really interesting. Yeah.
Companies with money,
Companies with corporate
401ks,
fuck you money.
payroll.
Like George Soros fuck you money.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need your
They're eating
ESG
steaks.
score.
We're eating street pleb tacos
Mm.
with day old pork.
So that'll be interesting because, you know, it's one thing to say, well, from a hobbyist perspective, you can do all these cool things on Lightning, and then from a startup founder's perspective, you can do all these cool things on Lightning.
Yeah. So
Now
just
they're
to
gonna
show them
have,
there's
like-
options. You can do a startup if you want. You can start your own company if you want. You can work for a big, huge Jack Dorsey funded company.
Yeah, all on Lightning. So that's kind of like the theme of the class for this these 2
That's
days.
good because it'll be like a fan out effect where they'll tell their friends in college or whatever at work. They'll tell their friends, like, because they're a totally different demographic than like us hardcore Bitcoin, maximalists or kind of live in this space. Like, I only have friends who are Bitcoiners in Austin, so I don't really like. Besides Orange Pill and maybe the occasional person at Brotilla, like, I'm just in my bubble. I'm in my echo chamber here.
Are you still doing Brotilla?
Oh yeah, so I guess
what's going on with
yeah,
Brotilla?
another announcement. So tomorrow is another workshop, PlebLab. We have workshops every Saturday. Just come, just show up. If you're watching this show, just show up and come
Yeah.
on in. So Lisa's doing a workshop. It's a super secret workshop because she didn't know the topic at the time, but the topic is pinning. Do you remember what she said that pinning was? I don't know.
Transaction pinning.
Transaction pinning.
Yeah.
So technical talk, but I think Lisa can usually bring it to a level most people can understand.
It's a talk on one avenue of attack for the Lightning Network,
Okay.
which is fun. It's been a fun topic.
We've been talking a
recently.
lot about attacking the Lightning Network. It's kind
Yeah.
of been the talk of the month, really.
Yeah, it's
That'll
a
be
great
fun.
topic to talk about because I feel like it means that the space is matured enough.
Yeah, that we're getting attacked, so we need to basically fix it.
Yeah,
which
but
is awesome.
no, the problem is we're not getting attacked enough.
Yeah.
So now we have to convince other Lightning developers
Yeah.
to attack the network.
And I think we have a lot of the solutions. We just don't have the kick in the butt to implement them because it's like, oh, it's not getting. We
Yeah.
don't need it yet. You don't really build stuff till you need it. So 'cause
Any
there's just-
pre-out, L2,
Yeah.
all of these things that have just been like
Yeah.
just sitting on the mailing list for years.
We'll get it when we need it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. So we kind of have to. Where's that need come from?
The need comes
from Tony's LN exploit, just like breaking the
It's like
Lightning
once we get a
network.
bunch of script kiddies and like frickin' Timbuktu, just hacking the money, shaving, doing the moon hack, shaving. You get 1 million people shaving a penny off from Moon. They're gonna fix it. So
Yeah. Maybe I've been doing this all wrong. Maybe I should invite Tony to UT.
we should do the moon hack that Tony hacks in Ellen Exploit. Get a couple sats.
Oh yeah, that was an interesting one. He was
Yeah.
telling me about that one.
Yeah,
Does it still work? They fixed it, right?
I don't know. I haven't tried it. But yeah, after that, we typically do around 2:30. We do the Brotilla down at Ladybird Lake. This might actually be the last one. It's gonna be 90 degrees, but I'm gonna be out of town like most of November, and I can't. Yeah, I feel like it might be the last one tomorrow. So yeah, unless somebody wants to take the floaty from me and host it. But yeah, so Tentatively, it might be the last one tomorrow. We'll
It'd
see.
be a good break.
Well, if it's the last
looking
one,
good
you
for
gotta
Brotilla.
go.
Yeah, if it's the last one, then we should go.
Yeah,
For sure.
maybe it won't be because you won't be able to be there because you'll be teaching.
I will be teaching, so I can't be there.
I'm sure we're gonna have at least one more before the December. I heard you can go out even through December. You get a couple 80-degree days randomly. Hell, we'll go on a Tuesday if we need to.
Depends on the weather.
So tentatively, this is the second to last one. We'll figure out the last one.
But it's good. We've had a good run.
Yeah, I've best 10 I've had in years. So
Nice.
I've invited Carr to every single Brotilla. He's like, I need to edit the video of the workshop just went on.
Carr doesn't do Brotilla.
I'm like, do it in 2 hours. Go hang out in the sun for 2 hours. Carr doesn't need sun though. You know, he's. Yeah, I could tan for a whole year and still not be as tan as Carr. Yeah, you got a good tan, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was everything about the class. Next week, or sorry, tomorrow, we're going to have the engineers coming in from Dorsey's companies, and
Yeah.
then we're going to show them how to
Are they
set up-
local Austin-based ones, or coming in from out of town, or?
No, they're flying in from Oakland.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn! Wow.
Yeah.
UT.
So we do 2 classes a month. So December will be the last month.
So you've got
November
more
and December.
classes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys still planning on having the students come to PlebLab for a day for like a field trip or something?
Yeah.
Was she planning on that?
Yeah, we're gonna try it.
We're gonna have a college
Yeah.
house party
We're
here.
definitely gonna do the hackathon.
I'll bring the keg. Keg stand. I'll bring the beer pong.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
for
like
sure.
old school. We're gonna be like Will Ferrell, like, like well, old school.
Yeah,
they
for
were
the
like
most part,
in their
yeah.
30s.
Yeah. They all have jobs. So they're electing to take this class. They don't have to.
Could you imagine them having to listen to John for an hour and a half?
What industries were they all working in, generally speaking?
It's like all across the board. I know some students are working in banking and finance. Some students are working in like front end development. Some students are actually working in microchip architectures, like the actual microcode that goes into the chips.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's all across the board.
Are you gonna do it over there for ACC? Because they have a whole separate section of community college for that.
I don't know what her plans are.
She should totally do it.
Yeah.
She should totally do it.
It's a lot of material to like cover with just 2 days out of the month. So like we have to cover, like I have to cover lightning tomorrow.
Oh, look at this.
Let's cover lightning.
I just was scrolling through
So-
Twitter. Got a picture of you guys in front of the Civil Architectural and Environmental
Oh, that's a
Engineering
great
building.
photo.
Yeah.
That's a dope
Should we
photo.
show it to the audience?
Yeah, for sure. I also took a bunch of photos that are on my
The
phone.
crew.
As well.
We got the crew. Look at that. Everyone at UT. Look at that. Bitcoin field trip. Yeah.
I will. I was taking photos, managing the slides. It was funny. I got to Super's slide, like his the thing that we were just gonna put up as a backdrop.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, just it's a presentation." Like, so I brought up Zaprite, I brought up Stacker, and there's all these like single pages that you bring up. But Super had a slide, so I was like, "Okay, I'll just like kind of go through the slide." And it was his portfolio. It was a list of projects.
That Super's done?
Yeah, it was
So
like
was it
20
like
plus
Yeah, I was
slides
gonna
that
say,
I had
is it
to
like
scroll
50
through.
pages?
I just kept clicking to the right, and I just kept scrolling through them. It was like endless. It's like
Dude,
all the
like,
projects that he's done.
his GitHub repos, probably hundreds of repos.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a
and
lot.
all of his NIMs.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Like in Austin, we started off with like making it a Bitcoin standard, and now you guys are over there like arching all the students now. You kind of seen like what a Bitcoin standard could, how it could grow. Like first it starts with the community,
Yeah.
then it starts with the local businesses, and then it starts, and then now it's going towards universities.
I mean, it escalated quickly.
Dude, it's just gonna be all over the place.
Yeah.
We planted the seed, and then it escalated quickly.
Now everybody's just doing it on their own.
Yeah. Bitcoiners are like weeds, you know. We just can't. We just plant them and they grow everywhere, and it's like, God damn it, we
Yeah.
can't get rid of these damn
Yank
weeds.
them out of the ground
And then we turn into nice little
and
dandelions
just have
that
to
everyone wants
scorch
to pick.
the earth to get rid of them.
Yeah. Mycelium, okay. That then we're all like connected, like
I
mycelium.
think that analogy is better than weeds.
I like the weed. That's more pleb, right? That's way more pleb. We're just a bunch of weeds out here.
Crab
You guys
grass.
over there flooding the lake with Bitcoiners?
Oh yeah. But dandelions are cool.
Isn't necessarily a mushroom. It could just be mold. Just yucky mold growing.
So what else is going on? What else should we
I'm
talk
scrolling
about?
Twitter just to see what's up.
I think that's it, right? We ended it early. Before.
Yeah, we got 12 minutes to make it the whole hour.
I feel like Logan never gets.
Yeah, Logan, what's
Logan update for.
what's new in your life? Are you
A lot of podcasts.
how is your tenure at Tales from the Crypt?
Yeah.
Talk
How's
about
Marty
that.
treating you?
Somebody complained about the audio, so I made it better.
Damn.
Wait a second.
Whoa.
You're taking shots at me? Yeah. So I handed you the pre. I handed you the audio and silver platter. What happened? What'd you do?
What'd you upgrade?
Complaining about like
Carr is grilling Logan right now
like you
Were you not? But
over his handling of the audio.
We're having a
and,
producer fight here.
Yeah.
They're gonna start throwing fists.
oh, because you're pulling just.
It's a Madonna fight right now.
Yeah, Madonnas. Pre-Madonnas. Trying to see what's going on Twitter.
Did y'all talk about TABCONF?
We talked a little bit about Tabcom, mainly about PlebLab Village. I asked Carr what his favorite talk was, and he didn't actually attend any talks. He was so busy with PlebLab Village. What was your favorite speaker or
In the
conference
village?
talk?
Oh, besides Kyle's corner,
I mean,
corner
yeah,
where
just
he's
like-
like pretending to be a coach.
Yeah,
like the
obviously
whole-
Tony's talk was a huge hit. Other than that,
Yeah.
what was
But
a
that
good-
wasn't in the
in the main room?
Pleb Village.
Did you make it to the main stage though?
Yeah, I've been to all the stages.
What was the best main stage talk or side stage?
My most memorable main stage talk was the one on Taro, because
Oh, I heard there was a lot of shit going on. Talks about Taro.
yeah. So
Are you a Taro bull or bear now, or neutral?
I'm neutral.
Neutral. See
Yeah.
where it goes.
Yeah, just see where it goes. They're just trying to cram a bunch of garbage into a hash, to a commitment hash. So that's
Story-
fine. I don't really care.
Story of our life.
Best luck to them for getting it to work. If they do manage to get it to work well, then it'll probably be really cool.
Yeah.
But the reason why it was the most memorable talk for me was because there was this woman. I don't know if she's related to Lightning Labs, but she was trying to do a presentation on Taro.
I
And-
heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah, and what really happened was is just like all the developers in
Were-
the audience
were
just
like-
kept interrupting her,
And then Lalu had to take
and then
over.
Lalu would step in, and then Lalu would just have to literally try to speak as quickly as he could,
Really?
which is hilarious
Which-
to think about.
is that on the
Like,
internet
even-
yet?
I don't know.
Was her name Hannah? I know there's a Hannah. I remember her from Chicago.
I don't remember what her name was. No, but she was trying to do this very basic talk.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Just like to
Taro
newbies, like, what is Taro?
Gives you this universe and a UTXO, and then we like to call this like the Marvel universe and the Pocket universe,
Yeah,
and they had
so
all these like dumb terms.
Very
and,
heavy, like high level.
yeah, and then so
Like,
then
not a
the
developer
engineers in the
focus.
room were just like, cut the bullshit. Like, I have this question, answer this question, and then
see if they
she
posted
probably could answer it, but Lalu would just step in and answer it. So really, the whole time we were just talking to Lalu about.
I'm looking to see. Oh, they just have the
About
old ones
Taro.
from 8 months ago. They don't have the new ones posted yet.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it was great because I mean, like they're real engineers. Like Lalu's built something really cool, so it
Yeah.
was nice to like be able to just have this conversation with him about it versus like the presentation they wanted to
So,
have.
so it was more of a Socratic,
yeah, it turned Socratic.
that's what we're used to.
Yeah. So that
There
that
should
was
be a
most memorable
Socratic
for me.
stage at these conferences where
There was a Socratic
Was
stage.
there? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there was a Socratic stage, and it was very
They
Socratic.
should literally do it with a soapbox. So whoever's on the soapbox with the mic talks, and then if you got a question, you get up on another soapbox, have like 3 or 4 of them in the room, make it more like town squarey.
You're asking
Pretty sick.
You're asking developers to get up and stand
on a soapbox. Some people will fall and it'll be funny. Get on your soapbox.
No, that would be kind of interesting.
It'd be cool though, wouldn't it? To get more of a visual, like who's asking the question.
You're talking about a bunch of introverts that also work with a cryptocurrency where privacy is like, kind of really important, and you want them to stand on a soapbox.
Lots of spectrums of autism in the crowd.
No, it would be cool, but everybody felt comfortable to talk and say whatever
Yeah.
they wanted. So like the Socratic stage, was a lot of discussion. Everybody felt free to talk. And it was like it didn't matter who you were.
Yeah.
So
If you're
you
a
had
pleb or
people
a
who were, they were
hardcore
plebs.
dev.
You had people who were like, who have been there forever. Like you had the heavy hitters, like Peter Woolley was there.
Oh,
and,
damn.
like a lot of like
OGs.
old OGs are there, but it's like everybody was having this conversation together.
How did
So it was
how did
great.
Austin do with his Pleb Village stuff he was working on? Did he partake in something, or was he just hanging out? Was he teaching?
That was cool. So yeah, so that was part of like Kyle's coach corner, where he used a lot of football puns.
It's kind of
He had,
funny.
like
I see like props like football, like I don't know, pads and shit.
well, Carr had set up like a demo page of. So do you remember like old school arcade games where if like nobody played the game, it would just like go into this demo screen where
Yeah,
it just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
played itself?
Yep.
So he set that up with like this old football game, like Temco Bowl or something.
Oh, really?
So this is like 8-bit football game going on in the background, and
That's
then
hilarious.
Kyle's dressed like a football coach, high school football coach, doing his football puns.
Sounds like a hell of a gimmick.
And so that was the setup. But
Was it-
yeah, he brought.
Was it her doing the talk that got like interrupted?
Yeah, I think. that
Okay,
was
yeah,
her.
yeah, I know
I think
her.
that was her.
Yeah, I know her. That's funny.
But yeah, so like he had a panel with Austin, and I forget his name, but he's a big investor in PlebLab.
Oh, Muzz?
Muzz, something like that. I don't know.
John knows them all.
Who is the name of your big investor that was at
That was
Tabcom?
with Austin.
Muzz. It is
Yeah.
Muzz. From Lightning Ventures, yes. So it was Muzz from Lightning Ventures. So
Nice.
he was there, and then Austin was there, and they actually had a really good conversation.
Sweet. Yeah, he's been out of town. I miss that guy.
Yeah. No, he's cool. He was like really cool at the panel. It was great to meet him.
Whoa.
So yeah, Socratic stage is great. It's interesting for like the Pleb Village. Really, the only active panels that I saw was like with Kyle, like setting up like these talks and stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, the Pleb Village was kind of like the where you went to sort of like code
That's
and
cool.
sit down and code. So they would have these setups where it's like somebody would come in and they would code on the screen
And people would just hang out and look at it and code along.
and code along, or just like do work on their own projects.
Was it
At
like
least that's what I did.
any project that is like big, or was it like side projects or new projects, or was it like
No,
literally
they're big
somebody's
projects.
coding on LND, like Lalu is writing a new module for like Taro or something?
Yeah, actually,
It was like that?
So Lisa was doing PRs for Core Lightning.
Oh damn!
There was somebody from
Like we're
think
animals in the
LN
zoo and you're watching us in our own habitat. Like, that's funny.
I think there was somebody from LDK that was working on something there. Like they were adding a new feature.
Damn.
What was
pretty
another
badass.
one?
That's cool to see, like the big projects like we all use for our
Yeah.
companies or startups.
Ben Carmen was adding features to Lightning Vortex.
Nice. Yeah, I heard
Doing it
he
live.
launched, right? He has a website at least.
He has a website with a download button that doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, his friend's hosting all of it. You know, it's just he just wrote the code.
We're gonna drag him in here to do a workshop.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think we're running out of time.
Where are we?
Do we need to do a stunt? We need to do a stunt. We got to do a stunt at the end of every episode. What's our stunt?
Backflip?
What's our stunt of the day? We usually just lightning email somebody a fact.
I don't
or
know.
a fax.
I can burn this book. Oh yeah, we can send a fax.
I feel like we kind of played out. We kind of. Hey.
Do a stunt.
Oh.
That's gonna sound so terrible.
Pick that up on the mic. Yeah. How about we just read a passage of Fiat Standard? Turn to a random page and read a passage out of the book.
Turn to a random page right there.
Come on, Grandpa
This page
Topher.
has a chart.
Read it. Read us a passage of the Fiat Standard.
All right. An apocalypse never. Why environmental alarmism has hurt us all. Lifelong environmental activist Michael Schellenberger takes a very sober look at similar topics and shows why the popular alarm and hysteria around climate change is very misplaced. Beyond just dispelling the fears of climate alarmists, Schellenberger provides a very thoughtful and eye-opening treatment.
He's
of
always
the
on Rogan.
Social and psychological impacts of the growing number, this is a run-on sentence, of people who have been conditioned by fiat scientists into a state of despair, panic, and constant fear over the weather. Finally, a period. Moreover, he illustrates how the obsession with CO2 has overshadowed and displaced the interest in other pressing environmental phenomena.
Energy is good. We like energy.
Talking about this sort of briefly last night too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you mention that yet? That Safidean was doing a signing at?
Yeah, we talked about the book at the beginning. Yeah, we did all that.
So yeah, where's his signature in here? Is it the
At the
right
front,
here?
yeah, he's like to PlebLab.
To PlebLab.
With my best wishes.
To PlebLab.
Safe.
Safe. That's cool.
Do we got to do a voltage ad? How was the voltage presence at TABCONF? Did they spin up
Voltage
notes?
Presence was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had like the best swag.
they do have the best. We talked about that earlier at the
They had
beginning.
the best swag for sure. Yeah.
I believe they have a solution stage too at adopting Bitcoin. So when I need to spin up a node real quick to test the latest LND bug, if I want to, though they already patched it. They actually did a good job patching. I think voltage was patched within, and I think even before the official release was. So voltage very fast at patching their Lightning nodes.
Yeah, I got the notification update right away.
Right away. Did they auto patch or did you have to click a button?
You have to click a button. to
Okay.
patch. I don't even think it affected my node though. I don't think it affected my node.
Probably
Because
did.
it only affected you if you had BTCD as a backend, I think. I could be
Doesn't all
wrong on
light
that.
LND nodes have that? Or you
No,
can't choose, can you?
You can choose. You can choose your backend.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they were using BTCD. Everyone does. It's like out of the box, isn't it?
No, not necessarily.
Did you check if your chain was synced? The graph was still synced, but the chain was not.
No, I checked and it looked like that my blockchain was synced.
Oh, well,
So I was,
you might have a good node then. Voltage, they're good at running nodes.
yeah.
Got nodes?
Go to Voltage.
All right.
If you have a project, go to Voltage.
Peace.